Welcome back all. It's new year, 2022 now. Back in the shed. We're working on something completely different this time. Last time you would have seen us finishing off the canopy from your brother's 79 series ute. That turned out really well. He's been camping a few times now. It's all sealed up, looking really good. Now we're going to shift our attention back to racing. So we're going to go ahead and look at our new project, which is a new motor for our race car. Something a bit different. It's a 4-cylinder instead of the supercharged V6. It's a little Nissan motor, a little 2.5 litre Nissan motor. Should have been the replacement for the SRs. Unfortunately, they missed the mark slightly, but we're going to boost this up and see what she'll do. And this is what it is. It's what they've called a qr25. So it's a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder motor. It's relatively low compression at 9.5 to 1. It's got a 100mm stroke with a 80mm bore, I believe. I've already started pulling it apart. These motors are most commonly found in Nissan X-Trails, hence the dirty old X-Trail in my workshop. What we're going to do to this is strip it down, do a good rebuild and a bit of safety work, like get the crank possibly balanced and things like that. Get rid of the balance shafts, because these have got in the bottom of the sump down here there is a set of balance shafts. They're good in the like day-to-day driving cars, but not so good in race cars. They just take horsepower for no reason. We don't need to worry about vibrations and things like that. So these also have a variable cam timing unit. If I can pop this cover off, that valve inside there regulates the oil pressure to the center of this doohickey here, which is a the variable valve timing unit. As the oil pressure changes inside that unit, it throws out some little vanes which allow the camshaft to change timing by, I think it's about 8 to 10 degrees. I'll have to check that. But hoping that gives us a little bit in the top end. It usually doesn't kick in until about the 4,000 RPM. This motor, because it's got such a long stroke, unfortunately I can't rev it very high. It limits at about 6,000. But that's still higher than that motor. So we'll see how we go. So that's sort of what we're heading for this year. At the start of the year, this project may take us the entire year. But in the meantime, we're still going to race the Clubman with the V6 supercharged motor in it. Still have a lot of fun. It's not as competitive as we'd like. The biggest reason for changing out from the V6 to this 4-cylinder is the V6 is full cast iron. Cast iron block, cast iron heads. It's got a huge manifold on it with a big heavy supercharger. This little motor weighs like 150 kilos less. We're going to turbocharge it. Probably push 10-12 pounder boost into it. Hopefully looking for 250-ish horsepower, if not a little bit more, which again is more horsepower than the V6 and a lot lighter. So that's sort of where we're heading this year. Hopefully I can get some content out pretty regular. It's just going to be a suck it and see sort of job, but it should be interesting. Take everyone along for the ride. qr25 build. Let's get to it. Also, just quickly before I finish this video, because it's only going to be a short one this time, I'll show you a nifty little trick to get the harmonic balancer nut undone when you've got no flywheel or anything to jam up. What you do, take a scrap piece of steel, bolt hole with the bell housing bolts, bolt into the back of the crank. Won't take much, but that locks the crankshaft solid. Just a handy little tip to know. Alright, we'll sign this one off. Take it easy, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Cheers.